So I was just closing the intro to this kingdom and noticed they are attacking another small alliance down here. So at the end of my intro, I showed how they were attacking over here, DBD, and going after the cities as well as the alliance, the central fortress. Let me see if I can zoom out where they were fighting players. Over here, they're attacking all their cities. Oh, look, some of the attacking armies are also getting burned. Oh, this guy, wonder if he's just caught in the crossfire or if he had excess resources to attack. But there were a lot more DVDs showing flames a few minutes ago. It must be that, over time they kind of go out, or you can extinguish your wall. No such thing as zeroing. But they attacked the central fortress, which they are repairing. They need to attack this flag if they don't want their central fortress to keep being attacked. So that might be why this one is burning, because they want to protect, they want to go after the flag, no doubt, but of course reinforcements are going in over there. So this KW little p is one of the slave colonies or slave alliances of the Master Alliance Kapow over here. I call them slaves because this is what happens if you say no. They go after your alliance and what they say, destroy it. I refused to join, so they think they destroyed our alliance. My intention was to be a true training, but evidently they're also over here. So AOK 5 will definitely have some activity very soon for attacks from this alliance coming in. And it looks like they took down one probably right here between them, and now they're building a flag so that they can go after the central fortress of AOK 5. So that is where we stand right now on day 17, and all of the small alliances that don't wear the KW banner are at risk of being destroyed unless they're willing to join one of their slave colonies. And I cover that in a video called Let the Bullying Begin, where you can see the dialogue that happened between leaders of my alliance and leaders of Kapow. And when I refused to put on the KW banner and I refused to be under their thumb, they destroyed us, so to speak. We're still alive. We're just going to home where the alliance decides to go. Not me, but the alliance. I'm going to stay in the area and start communicating with some of the bullies of these gangs. I don't know if they realize what they're doing. They may think that this is all part of the game. Let's just go after them. There's not real people. The aim is for us to get to KVK and win in the kingdom versus kingdom. But Kapow will likely become one of the weakest alliances if the others are not bully alliances. And I'm beginning to think that many of the other strong alliances are not. And I cover that in the intro to this playlist. So I'm still on the fence until I start having the dialogues that help elicit what their true intent is. I do know the true intent of the leaders of Kapow because they told me outright. So to all the small alliances of Spirit Zone, they're coming for you. And they've already gotten these here. They destroyed this one, but they didn't join. This one joined. They never had to do destruction, I don't think. This one saddened me because of the interactions I had with him. He didn't seem like he would give in to them, but it looks like he did. This one gave in. This one was formed, I think, by then. The P's were formed. We were supposed to become a P. They wanted us to become a P. I said no to the KW. This one was early on, too. So basically, they want their slave alliances to get big enough to go after all of the small alliances in the zone that refuse to put on the KW banner and become bullies themselves. And then the privileged players will get to go into Zone 2, and then the really privileged players will get to go into Zone 3. So basically, you get to decide how much harm you're willing to do to another person in order to get whatever end goal you have when it comes to Kapow. That's not the way every player plays in this game. Motivations are important, but I can tell you real up front, the leaders of Kapow are they're weak of character, and they definitely don't give respect or trust, and they demand it and loyalty. So they are not good leaders. They will not get very far. No matter how much they posture, they will not succeed. Even if they were to become king, they would have such a weak kingdom that it wouldn't succeed in the end. And in fact, the leader who actually caused the war against us and claims to have formed the entire KW family, his name is the Phoenix, he actually says he's been king 3 times. So, but he refused to share which kingdoms when asked several times. So, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. The name of the Phoenix, bird rising from the ashes, maybe he was and destroyed it. I don't know. But I think his motivation definitely is to be the big guy on the block. And so he's created his gang of thugs, and they are at work here in the spirit zone. And if people find my words too harsh, well, it's because I've dealt with gangs of thugs in the real world, and I can't abide it even in the meta world, because the way a person plays a game indicates the way they are in real life. And if someone shows nasty character in this game, it means they're probably acting in a nasty way in real life too. So I will confront it where I find it, and since I've come into the meta world over the last few months and found it, I'm confronting it, and I've had some great success with my confrontations in my other kingdom. So that is why I made this channel. I want to fight the bullies, but I also want to train up and strengthen other players and help people realize it's the intention and motivation of you as a player and the intention and motivation of the other player that kind of determines how things work in this game. I don't think there's losers in this game, with the exception of those who just throw in the towel and give up. You can never be zeroed. You can never lose your character unless you, of course, like happened to me one time right after they made me an officer to help train up their leaders. When I went to bind it, I messed up because I was in BlueStacks, and I didn't realize that in BlueStacks you bind an account differently, and I lost that account. So that's how you can lose. You can lose by not binding your account properly. So bind your account early. I felt bad for that alliance. I had to go back to find them with another character and apologize. And when there's too much fog and you can't find them through the fog and you can't remember the name of the alliance, oh my word, it was fun. So that's the way you can lose, if you lose your character. Okay, for now I'm going to wish you Godspeed and sign